What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't done so already, I know I'm just jumping right into this, guys. Oh man, what a year it's been. But if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button below. Also click that bell for notifications on when new content drops, because I'm continuously working on stuff to just kind of, just get stuff out there. I mean, whether it's running, whether it's car related stuff, whatever it is, just stuff that's gotten out there. For one thing, man, yesterday was just probably one of the coolest things. Late in the afternoon, I did get a comment of the day from Seth D'Amour's page, which was just super cool because it was about a shoe that I did earlier this year, the Saucony Axon. He actually got a chance to review it, and what was really cool is to see the comparison between his video and my video was just really awesome, and the fact that we both kind of experienced the same thing, and yeah, it was just really nice to kind of see my get comment of the day over there. So getting into it, this year has just been an awesome year. Did a lot of training this year, ran some distances that I never thought I would see. Also got a lot more viewers on this channel than I would have gotten just organically with what I had left the year prior. And by the way, guys, we're getting close to 1 million total views on this channel. So please, if you enjoy the content, again, please click that like button as well, and just go through some of the videos that I have. I mean, I know older content was a lot of car videos. A lot of the newer car content is a lot of the running stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just all about, just kind of showing you guys a little bit into my life, a little bit into just, what it is to be me, to kind of just become a better person, and work and strive to be a better tomorrow as well. So anyways, getting into it, guys, man, this year was all about kind of doing a lot of training, a lot of running, doing some events, finally getting my feet wet when it comes to doing some running events. Now, prior to this year, I had never ran an event, whether it be virtual or an in-person. I never ran any type of event. I was just going out there and just running to just lose weight. And I finally got some experiences doing some running events. Now, most of these that I'm going to show you today, these are the medals that I've won throughout the year. Some of them are just kind of, dare I say it, but generic kind of medals, no real quality to them, but then, but there's still a medal that you won at the end of it. So we're going to start off this year, in 2021, was this particular run right here, which was the Back the Blue, I think this one was a 5K, I think is what I did. But it's just a very generic kind of medal on it, but it's still a medal, right? It's still something that just kind of reminds you. This is a virtual run that I did, but yeah, it's just a very basic medal, nothing too fancy about it. But that's the first run that I did this year as a virtual run. Then I followed that up with my very first in-person event, which was this one right here, which is probably actually one of my favorite medals this year. This is the Run for Luck 5K that I did earlier this year. This is the very first in-person event that I did. Really, really awesome medal here. Just love the way that it's designed. Just really, really cool medal. It was awesome to get this afterwards, having the people just hand it to you and just kind of that completion to say, hey, you completed this event. And this one, it just kind of means a little bit more to me because it was my very first in-person event. So it does kind of have a special place for me. And of course, there's a lot of you know, the proceeds to this event went to some really good causes as well. But yeah, this one is probably like one of the more meaningful ones that I got, just because it was my first 5K, my first in-person event, but my first 5K in person. And of course, to go with that, I also got third place, kind of a generic medal here, but I got third place in my age group at that 5K. So I was super stoked about that as well. So yeah, just pretty awesome to not only like all of the work that I had put into the training, but to also go out there, you know, yeah, I wasn't, you know, a top 10 runner at the 5K, but to know that like even in my age group bracket that I was a top 3 runner in my age group bracket was really, really cool. So yeah, that was a really cool one. Let's see, follow that up. And I know this is like chronological. This one means a lot to me because I have been a fan of this sports team for quite some time, and it was the Tampa Bay Lightning Bolt Run right here. This is the first one. Now they just finished up the second one. I did compete in the second one. I'll get into that here in a second. They haven't sent it to me yet because I had to do it virtually. But this is the first one that they did. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but it says Bolt Run on it. Again, this is hosted by the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey franchise. And I've been a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, God, since I was, you know, a kid. I mean, 6, 7 years old when I got into hockey. And I've been a Lightning fan ever since then. So to be able to do an event where I got this, there was a shirt and a bunch of other stuff that came with it. It was just super cool. And I can't wait to actually get my second medal from them, hopefully in the mail sometime here soon. Hopefully they'll be shipping those out here soon. Getting into some of the other ones. So next up, I believe I did was this one right here. And this is just cool. Any of you that actually get to do a Run Disney event, I wish I could have done this in person. Unfortunately, earlier this year and then last year, everything was virtual. So unfortunately, I had to do this virtually, but I did the Star Wars weekend 10K run right here. Again, just a super cool medal, as you can see. That is just a super cool medal. And then, of course, you got the you know, the band that goes around you. It says, what is that? Yep, Rival Weekend 10K. You got black on that side, and then it's actually gray on the other side. Just a super cool medal, and that's typical Run Disney. Run Disney does some like fantastic, like super detailed medals. They're just awesome, just super cool. After that was the Gasparilla, the Run Gasparilla. If you follow Seth James D'Amour here on YouTube, you'll know that he will be running the 2022 Gasparilla Distance Classic in the half marathon distance. Now, this past year, Gasparilla was pushed for 2021, was pushed into May. And I was kind of looking at the weather that weekend when I had signed up for the event. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to push myself. I'll do a 5K just to get just to get the medal out of it. And just, again, super cool medal out of this. Super colorful, typical for Gasparilla. If you've ever been to Gasparilla here in Tampa, it is just a party atmosphere. So even the running events is like, it's a party atmosphere with the running events. But this one was virtual. I did not do they didn't have an in-person, so I had to do the virtual run. So I got the 5K medal for the virtual run here. And again, just super cool medal. And hopefully one year I'll do the half marathon event. I'm working on getting myself back to that stamina level. But at the moment, it was at the moment with all the injuries that I've had over the past month or so, getting to do Gasparilla in February was going to be a little rough. January 2nd, which is my birthday, 2022, I will be doing the Marathon Mania 10K event I wanted to do half marathon, but because of the injuries that I had at the end of September, beginning of October, and then also at the beginning of November, it doesn't really give me a whole lot of time as far as a training block is concerned to get my stamina, get that aerobic base back up, and then be able to run at the pace, the distance, and the duration that I would really want to run at in order to do the half marathon. So unfortunately, kind of had to kind of pull back a little bit, but yeah, this one was the Gasparilla 5K. Super proud about this one too, just because it's a big event here locally. Is the Gasparilla 5K. There's a couple of really big events in this area, and I didn't know that until I really started running, but Gasparilla I know for sure was a huge one. Going into the end of May, I did sign up for this. And again, if you are a DGR fan, you are a Seth James D'Amour fan, you will know that I signed up for the DGR Distance Classic, which was a virtual race. This thing is massive, by the way. For, Seth James D'Amour's YouTube channel, with proteins going to a foundation that he picked out, and just super awesome to be able to do it. I did do the half marathon in this distance, so I really pushed myself. That particular time it was like closer to the end of May, which here in Florida is just atrocious. So I really probably shouldn't have done a half marathon run, but I pushed through it. Yes, Seth, I pushed through that in the humidity here in Florida at the end of May, which is absolutely atrocious. But I did that and got this medal for the D'Amour Global Running Distance Classic. Hope to do that again in 2022. Hopefully he'll be putting something together for that as well. And then the final one, well, I say final one, the final one that I have here, because there was a big time difference between the D'Amour Global Running virtual event, and then the next race that I did, which was an in-person race, which was in October. There was definitely a huge difference in time, and that's just because it's really hot in Florida, and there's not a whole lot of events that are going on in the middle of summer here in Florida. So this next event was the Great West Chase event. Great West Chase, yeah. Awesome event. All I can say is just awesome event. This was the 10K that I ran in. So they had the 10K, the 5K, and the fun run. But I did the 10K event, and super stoked on this one as well. I actually ended up finishing second in my age group, which I was completely shocked at, because there was a ton of really awesome runners out there. Unfortunately, they're supposed to send me a second place, a silver medal for finishing second, but I haven't received it yet. But I mean, just an awesome event. The community was fantastic. Running in person. I mean, wish there's more, fans out there. But it is what it is. The course was a little different. I would say, most people would probably have set a PR on that because there really wasn't any hills or anything. But me, I was coming off an injury. I was like 2 weeks off of an injury, and I went and ran this event. So I was not expecting anything out of this. The Great West Chase here, I was really not expecting anything out of this, but to finish second in my age group was fantastic. And again, it was just a great community atmosphere. The volunteers did a fantastic job. It was just a great overall experience. And the last one that I don't have that's supposed to be sent to me in the mail is the Bolt Run, the Tampa Bay Lightning Bolt Run. Again, the second one for this year, technically. And I haven't gotten the medal for that one, but come to find out, it was virtual. It was 5 mile. By the way, the first one I did, 5 mile run. The second one I did, 5 mile run. So I did the 5 miles for both. And, what's really cool is when I did the 5 mile, both virtual, both running pretty much the same route that I did, I wasn't as fast this go around as I was in the spring. Okay, so I'm going to point that out. I wasn't as fast this go around as I was in the spring, but when I looked at the stats, there's 50, I think there's 53 runners that entered online, and I finished third overall. So I'm like, I don't know if there's anything to it. I really don't know. I don't know if there's, I know there's no like prize money, because that's not what, you know, that's not what that's for. But I don't know if there's like a medal or anything for finishing third overall with, I didn't look that up. I guess I probably should have looked that up. But anyways, I finished third overall for the Tampa Bay Lightning Bolt Run this go around, which was quite interesting. Granted, 53 runners. I don't know the caliber of runners. I'm sure most of the more quicker or faster runners in the area probably ended up doing the in-person. I unfortunately just couldn't do the in-person. But yeah, that's kind of how this year went as far as running is concerned. And like I said, next race is on my birthday, January 2nd, 2022. I will be doing Marathon Mania. By the way, guys, if you are interested in it, Marathon Mania, I'll probably put a link in the description below. But it is supposed to be live streamed, by the way, and it is supposed to be a Boston Marathon qualifier. And granted, I'm only doing the 10K, so it's not going to be a qualification for somebody like me. But it is supposed to be a Boston Marathon qualification event, a USA track and field timed event. So I'm not saying that I'm expecting any elite runners to be there, but I do kind of expect there's probably going to be some fast runners there doing the marathon event. So I'm actually excited, not to say that I'm competing against them, but I'm just excited to be there and to see who shows up, because I have no idea who shows up. I don't even know how many runners are in the event. So I'm super excited about that. Going into next year, you know, I haven't put together a plan of what events I'm going to be doing. I would like to compete in a half marathon in-person event in 2022. I've just got to go through the calendar and see where I can do this event. I would like to go back and do some of these other ones again. I would definitely for sure love to do Great West Chase again, the Demora Global Running virtual event. Don't know if I'll do another half marathon, but that's kind of, you know, the case there. And then I would love to do a Run Disney in person, because you actually run through Walt Disney World Resort, which is pretty cool. So I would absolutely love to do a Run Disney event in person. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, guys, kind of wanted to just kind of do a run through on how this year's gone, all the medals that I've done. And, you know, thanks to all the volunteers that, you know, at every event across the world for volunteering your time to ensure the safety and everything with our runners. You know, thank you for all the hosting cities and towns across the world, around the world, that have put together these events. I know it's not easy, and there's a lot of planning that goes into it. So thank you guys for all putting those together. You know, your work and your dedication doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you again for putting all that work together. Just again, super excited about the future, about next year, and it will kind of go from here, and, you know, onward and upward is how we look at it, guys. Onward and upward. And you know, thank you guys again for watching. And as always, get that back up here. I don't know. And as always, guys, enjoy the run. Thank you guys so much for watching.